If you're working with foam, but you can't afford one of those expensive hot wire tables, today I'm testing out a cheap alternative, and I'll let you know if a $40 alternative will do the job, or is it just wasting your money? Today I'm going to test it out, and I'll let you know if you should keep using your knife and save your pennies, or is it worth the $40? After plugging it in, it heats up right away, and the first thing I tried was just making a straight cut. It's not as easy as you would think. There are measurements marked by the wire, but there's no grid on the table, so it's really difficult to actually line up your foam. To try and solve this problem, I used a Sharpie and a carpenter's square, and I drew some straight lines so I could line up the foam. Then I made my own fence. All you need is any kind of scrap wood to make a right angle and a little bit hanging over the edge to hook on the side of the table. This makeshift fence can be used in either direction. The key is to just make sure that the part that overhangs presses tight against the edge of the table. By holding the fence down with one hand, you can use the other hand to just slide the foam through and get a straight cut. I found that when the wire heats up, it tends to stretch, and the easiest solution seemed to be to use another piece of foam and just kind of angle it under the arm and tap it into place as needed to tighten the wire. So now it was time to test it out to see if these things actually help this machine make accurate cuts. Because there is no temperature gauge, you have to find the right speed to push the foam through the wire without causing too much tension and snapping the wire. Using the fence, I was able to recreate the same strip of foam over and over again. Now I wanted to try something that I couldn't do with a knife. Can I take a piece of foam and cut it into thinner sheets? If you don't need an exact measurement, then splitting the foam into sheets actually worked quite well. The next test was to see if I could use a paper pattern and use that as a guide to cut out different shapes in the foam. And remember, it's always a good idea to open a window or turn on a fan to have good ventilation whenever you're using a hot wire. If the sound of cutting white foam and the mess that it makes drives you crazy, then you definitely need a hot wire. This little hot wire table might not be the most accurate or the biggest, but it does do well with freehand cuts. Okay, let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. First of all, this is a little $40 hobby hot wire table. There's a saying, you get what you pay for. The problems with this? One, it doesn't give you an option of using a spool of wire. Instead, it comes with its own design of one fixed wire and two replacements. Two, it has no grid on the table and it comes with no fence or guide. Three, the wire stretches as it heats up, making it difficult to control the desired cut. Four, it's small. It limits the height and width of the foam that you can cut. I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, you can make this one work, if you make some adjustments. It's a $40 hot wire table. It gives you the ability to create smooth cuts, and with some minor adjustments, you can make thinner planes of foam, something that you can't do with a knife. It's fine for limited use. I'm glad I bought it. I don't make enough things to warrant a $300 hot wire table. But if I was going to make a lot more models, props, and game terrain, then I would definitely want a professional quality machine. You can support my channel by subscribing so YouTube will share my videos with more people. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thank you for watching.